This is the second part to our 600 square foot home, and hopefully you can still get the plans. I will not be providing you with any plans because they are not my plans. However, there should be a link to those plans in our first video, and that will be on a playlist. That playlist can be found at the end of each one of the videos or in the video description box. And I don't know how long that is going to be a valid link. So the first thing I want to do is start with the framing. We're just kind of going to go around and take a look at the anchor bolt layout with the framing. This is going to be important. You're not going to want an anchor bolt in this area or underneath any of the framing members. And I believe the specifications for the minimum location of the anchor bolts away from a break or a corner is on the plans, and I believe that's within 12 inches, or it had something like within 7 bolt diameters. And 7 bolt diameters for a 1/2 inch anchor bolt would be 3.5 inches as a minimum. I'm just going to kind of go around here. And even though we do have shear panel here, there is no requirement for the anchor bolts here. It just simply said 6 foot on center spacing. And again, you should be able to find that in the building plans. And even though this is 6 foot on center, you can always add more. You just can't have less. And you can position them sometimes to where they might be advantageous, like this here in the shear wall, to where I will be able to have one here, and then the shear wall, I believe, will be right in this area here, a 4 foot piece of OSB or plywood. And here we do have a break, and try to locate your breaks to where you can install an anchor bolt on each side. And you don't have to install your break where I have it here. You can put it somewhere else as long as it works for you and the building. And another thing I want to point out, I pointed out in the previous video, is that we will have a piece of angle iron here. You don't have to have this. If you're going to be installing a cabinet on the other side, you can fasten this wall to the cabinet as another option. So there we are with our anchor bolts and our support post. Next up, let's remove the concrete slab. Now you can install the post with the concrete footing to make sure that it's in the correct location and it's nice and plumb before you pour the slab. And if it was me, I would try to make that at least 12 inches deep. And if it was me, I would definitely fill it with concrete and install that first, because it will be difficult to install that and keep it in the right spot and keep it plumb sometimes if you're going to install that when you pour the rest of the slab. And next up, let's take a look at our anchor bolts. There are specifications for minimum embedment on those plans. And again, they can always be longer, they just can't be shorter. And even though I didn't correct it throughout the whole project here, make sure that the anchor bolts at the bottom go in like we have here. And over here, where we have this one on this side coming in, and then this one here coming in on this side. And the depth of the footings and the width of the footings are on the plans also, along with the location of the rebar. And the rebar will center in between the footings, and the bottom bar should be at least 3 inches away from the bottom of the footing to the bottom of the rebar. That is usually a standard minimum distance when you're dealing with rebar in footings in a situation like this. So basically that 3-inch minimum will be for any time the rebar gets near the soil. Except for some reason it's not going to apply to our grid that will be located on top of the sand. But that's not going to be a problem here. I believe we have a 12-inch wide footing, and we're going to locate these 2 bars in the center. And most of the time I don't put my upper bar as far up as the detail has it on these plans. However, it is showing it attaching to the grid, and that's not how I have it drawn in here. I have it drawn in how I would do it, but that's not what the detail requires on the plans. But since I'm not the structural engineer on record or the building inspector, I would stick to the plans or check with them before making any modifications. Next up, let's go ahead and install the vapor barrier. It is going to be a 10 millimeter vapor barrier, and this is usually going to be plastic. We used to refer to it as visqueen. And then we will install our 4-inch thick layer of sand. This is also on the building plans. And the sand is going to need to be angled. And if you go back to the pictures that I shown you previously You'll notice that it's not going to be angled perfect like this here, but since I'm drawing it, I can go ahead and draw it exactly how the engineer wants it. And of course, here is the grid that I'm talking about. I believe this spacing on the bar is 18 inches on center in each direction. And I believe they're going to be using number 3 rebar. And you can use little dobies here to keep the rebar spaced off of the top of the sand. And if you're dealing with a 4-inch slab here, make sure that it's as close to the center as you possibly can get it. Or spend a few extra dollars and create a 5-inch slab. And don't forget that the rebar needs to lap at least 40 times the diameter of the rebar. For example, if I have 1/2-inch rebar, I multiply 0.5 times 40. That means that I need a minimum lap of 20 inches. And it's going to be a little bit shorter with the 3/8 rebar or the number 3 rebar. And when you have everything set up like this and it's ready for inspection, call for inspection and then schedule your concrete, pour it and finish it, and then remove the forms, and then you will be ready to start framing your new house. And before I end the video, let me point out that this video does not include plumbing or electrical or any other items that might need to be installed before pouring your concrete. However, I will be glad to make additional videos for this project if you're interested, so let us know in the comment area. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by hitting the thumbs up button or letting us know in the comment area.